Greetings and welcome to a Monday edition of the Shotgun Start. It is July 8th. Andy, how we doing?
Brendan, I gotta say, I'm doing okay. I feel like I'm battling some adversity here.
Oh, God. You're always battling adversity. What's the problem? What's the issue?
Well,
You're back from
I'm at
vacation.
my parents' house, so
Yeah.
recording from the parents' house.
We're just on a run here.
And I gotta say, I got this pop filter. Everybody says I need a pop filter. Because I got
For the
hard
microphone.
P's.
Yeah.
Hard P's. But I can't, it's hard to see through the pop filter. I feel like the pop filter, it's hard to see through it.
Welcome to my world. Everybody yells about how this pop filter covers my face. Like, A, we have no audio expertise. We're not going to try to make this fancy. B, we didn't plan to be on video. Now we're on video. I got this pop filter. Like, well, what's the matter? You can't see your computer screen?
No, I
you
can
feel
see
like you're
it. It's
looking
just,
around the tree?
It's like looking through a batting cage. It's like there's like a screen.
Like you're throwing BP up there on the mound.
My one eye doesn't look through it, and the other eye does. So
move the mic.
I can't, because then I'll reduce my audio quality like you. See, unlike you, I've got good mic etiquette. I keep my head
can't see
close to the. Yeah,
I'm blind as a bat.
I'm gonna persevere.
Okay. All right. There we go. It's good to have you back. Did you have a restful, enjoyable week away?
I drank too much. I slept in a bunch, and went to the beach. It was great. It was honestly delightful. I can't remember the last time I was unplugged as I was then. Like, I was more plugged in on my honeymoon than I was the last week.
Really? Well, we're happy for you. You need that every now and then, especially, I would say John Deere was a good tournament. I thought we gave our flowers to the Travelers. I gave my flowers to the Rocket Mortgage Classic with Joseph last Monday.
Wait, are you going to go after the John Deere?
No, I just say it wasn't a great Sunday. It wasn't an exciting Sunday. That's all I'll say.
Fine.
It's not a John Deere.
The golf course has been put. I mean, that golf course, I was watching this today.
Is that a D.A. Wybrain signature design?
It is
right?
D.A. Wybrain.
All right. Go ahead. You were watching it.
Legend. It designed the Illinois State course, too. Illinois State University course.
Where's that?
It's in Bloomington.
Okay.
Okay. Illinois State, the Red Hawks.
I don't know. Can't keep them all straight. Go ahead. What were we going to say? You were watching today.
Well, I was watching today, and I played a junior tournament. I mean, when I was like 15 there, I played that course a lot in growing up, because it's like this. It was this tour course, right? I mean, I remember the 15th hole. I mean, for me, when I was like a high school kid, like, like a good high school player, not like great. I wasn't great. I was fine. I was a good player. I mean, that thing was like driver lumber. I mean, you were hitting hybrids or 3-irons into it. It's like 460 yards uphill. I mean, now you watch these guys play this driver wedge. It's wild. It's insane. All of them are hitting. I think one guy hit an 8-iron, and I was like, wow, that guy's a poofer. He only hit it 300 yards on that hole. Hit a 160 in. But it's like, I watched Ben Griffin. Ben Griffin hits it in the right rough, in the right trees. He's got trees in front of him. And it's like, oh, he might be in trouble. Oh, no, he's hitting a pitching wedge. And he just hits it over the trees onto the green. It's like, that was a hard hole. It's not a hard hole. There's no hard holes.
I
think the golf course, I've never said it never was hard. It wasn't like an extraordinarily hard golf course, but it has no challenge. Every hole is a wedge hole. 15, if they're in wedge in 15, like, I think nine's the other really hard hole on the golf course. I remember as a junior, that hole was impossible. But now it's like, that's the hardest hole, 15th, but that's even driver 8-iron for these guys, driver 9-iron. It's wild. It's just, I think, like, this is one of the issues that the pro golf runs into here, and I think we could talk about it. I mean, you look at the leaderboard, it's a bunch of young players, like a lot of talent on the leaderboard. Um, and like a lot of young talent on the leaderboard, but like what what are we doing for in terms of like what are we trying to the skill
Test?
is driver wedge. There's
Yeah.
there's nothing but wedges out there. So is that really like you watch
Is it
Pinehurst?
golf?
Yeah, like I these are different sports. What was played this week at Deere Run versus a major championship, that's a golf. And I am a I sympathize with TPC Deere Run. I have like so many great memories as a kid. Like as a kid growing up in Illinois, going to play tournament golf there was fun because you're playing a course that tour
Tour
events at.
course. Yeah.
And it was a challenge, but like what's happened with the way the modern games advance and I don't know. I just think that it's crazy where you have this course that hosts a tour event and literally there's like one hole that might not be a wedge into the green. I mean, that's insane.
We had Davis Thompson set a scoring record, if that matters to you, to par, 28 under, beat Michael Kim, world's foremost tweeter. Michael Kim's prior record of 27, I believe.
I think Michael
Uh,
Kim was like plus like it was like a record putting performance.
putted out of his mind that year.
This
I
was
think it
just a
was 18.
dismantling.
It goes like to your point about the young guns. Thompson, who's 25, PGA Tour U 3-4 years ago. Michael Thorbjornsen,
He
PGA
was
Tour
number
U,
2, number 2 in PGA Tour year, Thompson.
right,
In the in the
2021, I want to
fir in
say.
the first one. He kinda
Yep,
got screwed by being in the first one.
yep. Thorbjornsen, who just graduated PGA Tour U1, is T2 at 24 under. Another T2 is Luke Clanton, the first amateur to go top 10 in consecutive weeks since I think Billy Joe Patton in the
You know
50s,
what
some
Billy
60
Joe
plus
do you know
years.
what Billy Joe Patton's, top 10s, consecutive top 10s as an amateur were?
No. What were they?
So this is like it's being cited
I
as like
don't know
first
that
since this.
offhand, if you believe it or not. Go ahead. Yeah.
Billy Joe
Colonial or
Patton went
something.
top 10 in the Masters and then top 10
Okay.
in the US Open.
Masters makes sense. All right. So that kind of makes sense. That makes
So
sense, actually,
it's
when you
the
think about it.
same. It's the same as amateur going top 10 in the Rocket Mortgage and the John
Yeah.
Deere.
Well, all right. I assumed one was the Masters, given his record and affinity there. So yes, if they're setting scoring records, I kind of got to this when we went to Travelers, right? We were like there's tour golf, and then there's tour golf. I don't know, 60% of the time. It's fine. I'm not even trying to say it's illegitimate or it's wrong or bad. I'm not even going down that path right now. It's just different. It's a very different game. Maybe not a different sport, but it's a different game that we're testing and evolving. And is the game just how fast can I swing it? At a certain point, you're no longer you're still playing golf, but it's just it has a totally different feel and vibe to it. But uh, congrats to Davis Thompson. Obviously, kicked ass. He won by 4, makes 5 birdies in his first 6 holes.
I think Davis Thompson's really good.
He's good. Kind of saw this coming a little bit. I think this is probably what you want for the Deere. Young guns showing out. I would have liked a little bit more Sunday drama. We had Spieth there for a minute. We'll get to him, of course. He's on the show notes, if you can believe it or not. I saw a good bit of Spieth. For some reason, I pulled up ESPN Plus Saturday morning. Listen to the coach, Jonathan Coachman, and my old colleague Robert Dameron coach was just losing his mind about Spieth. We'll talk about him, but
I mean, is there ever been a player that gets people more excited about one good round than Jordan Spieth?
Tiger, probably.
Can I
Tiger
ask you a
Woods.
question?
Yeah, that's why it's your pod. That's why we're here. Ask each other questions.
Who do you think's going to win more times the rest of their career?
Oh, here we go.
Davis Thompson or Jordan Spieth?
Hmm. It's a good question. Davis Thompson's good. It's a fair question. I think Davis Thompson's. I don't know. Davis Thompson's probably going to keep playing a few more of these easy pickers, although Spieth is now in this territory
Spieth,
too.
what are you talking about? Spieth's playing all the easy pickers. Spieth hasn't won a big picker in a long time. Davis Thompson's got a better shot. Davis Thompson has a better shot at making the President's Cup team than George Spieth at this point.
Oh, I don't know about that. That's a political game we got going. Jim Furyk's back. He's part of the buddy ball system and the cabal. You see Justin Thomas didn't make it to Iowa this year. Did you see me tweet about that? Somebody sent in the celebrity and pro list. Spieth was there. Funny. ZJ, not the Ryder Cup captain this year. JT doesn't make it out. But Spieth, I wouldn't count him out for the Pres Cup. I think he could be there. Thompson, I think to your question, which is a good one, I might go with Davis Thompson, given his skill set for the current tour. And all right, we're just doing it. The Spieth thing is crazy. It's crazy. He's
what
like...
thing? What aspect about it? This pop filter is just...
Look at this. You're talking all about you got good mic etiquette, and now you've painted yourself into a corner. You're stuck behind the screen. I can barely see your face.
I'm just getting rid of it. PJ's got to run the piece.
I mean, Spieth, so he's 8 under. He could shoot 59. He goes out in 29. He's what is it? He's 6, 7, 8 under through 12. He gets to 13. He's got 110 yards. He's in the middle of fairway. He talks about the shot for 25 minutes. He's vibing out of his mind. He's 8 under through 12 holes. And he's talking about a 110-yard wedge shot for 20 minutes. He hits the ball. It's not even apex yet. He says, I'm sorry, Michael. And he goes long, and the deliberations, he took, I don't know, whatever they shook out, he gets to his wedge shot. He's 8 under through 12 holes. He gets to a shot around the green, and he's still complaining. He's like, I hit a great shot. I hit the right shot. He's trying to address his ball for his wedge onto the green. He's like on full-blown tilt as he's 8 under through 12 at about 110-yard wedge shot. And like the announcers are like, what is he doing? How is he like talking himself into a spiral as he's co-leading? He's leading at the time. It was Saturday. He bogeys 13. He finishes even par through his last whatever it was 6 holes.
He was co-leading. That was the fakest co-lead of all time.
I got it. But I'm just giving you his mindset at the moment.
Chase down people. It'd be like saying, you know what? This guy, he's leading a marathon, but he got to go out 10 minutes ahead of everybody else.
I got it. But the mindset
shouldn't even be considered a co-lead when everybody's shooting 63 every day.
You're playing a great round. You have a 110-yard wedge shot, and you just come undone? Look, he's won major championships. He's won professional golf events. He's a Hall of Famer. I am not any of those things. So his process, his mindset, and the way he approaches the game, I defer to all that. But my man RD and Brendan DeYoung, all these guys were like, what's he doing? Like he's 8 under through 12, and he hit a bad wedge shot. They talked through it too much, and then just boom. It totally like it's just a little Mickey Mouse Saturday morning at the John Deere. But it like shook me. Like, I don't know that this guy can do it for like 72 holes, because he just starts talking himself into a complete tizzy about a wedge shot. And it's just like, move on, dude. You're kicking ass right now. And it was bizarre to see him. It's not like he bogeyed every hole in. That's hard to do. But it was just a weird, indicative of like whatever he's going through as a golfer right now. It's just indicative of a larger thing. Too much talk, too much overanalysis. It's just, it was a bizarre moment. In the PGA Tour Live, I thought he handled it well. They're like, why is he doing all this? So anyways, 110-yard wedge shot, and then boom, out of here. That's it. And he just talks himself as if he's shooting like a 75 when he's on pace for a 61 or whatever at the moment. So it just makes me wonder about him long term. Little wedge shot on a Saturday morning. It's like I just don't know that he. It's startling. We'll see. You don't think he's going to be on the Pres Cup though?
I mean, he shouldn't be. He's like 40 something in points.
Maybe he's going to play the Pro-Am as an AM at the Furyk and Friends Champions Tour event. Just go down there and play just kind of play, make an appearance, celebrity appearance, Furyk and Friends for his Pres Cup spot, like the ZJ event.
I mean, he has one top 10 since the Genesis. He's played a ton too. It's not like he's not playing.
Yeah. His stats aren't a disaster, but his overall profile is not great. So, do you have any other Davis Thompson thoughts? Are we good on Davis Thompson?
I was going to ask you one other thing about Spieth. I had another. Do you think Michael Thorbjornsen, who's never won on tour, or Spieth wins more from this point on in their career?
I'd probably. What do you think? I'm gonna flip it on you. I hate being put on the. You put me in a corner with all these. What do you?
I think it's always like easy to be attracted to the new shiny thing. I think it's easy.
Yes, totally.
Like I know that Caleb Williams is going to be the best quarterback in the NFL. That's my new shiny thing. That's new shiny thing bias. You could call it. Is he going to be the best? Probably not. Probably not going to be the best quarterback in the NFL. Probably won't be the best quarterback in his division. But I believe that right now.
Okay.
I mean, Michael Thorbjornsen, the short, small sample size seems like he's going to probably win more than Jordan Spieth. I might say Spieth will win more, but I do think Michael Thorbjornsen's a stud. But you know what's crazy about Thorbjornsen?
What?
Finished second. Obviously, Stanford, great Stanford standout, number one PGA Tour U, has his PGA Tour card for him. He's older than Akshay. Did you know that?
No, I know he's been around. Akshay went straight to the pros. Yeah.
I mean, you just think about, I think about this all the time. It's like him, Akshay, and Joaquin Neiman. The guys that turn pro at basically age 17. Siwoo Kim would be another one.
Yeah.
It's wild how much career they have. Tom Kim will be in this bucket. Tom Kim, his career accomplishments when whoever is PGA Tour U number one that year, it's going to be, it's wild. It's the same things, Ludwig's been amazing, but Ludwig's got a long way to go to catch a lot of these other guys just that went pro early, right?
Yep.
I don't know. I just think it's an interesting thing with this PGA Tour U. And I don't know what's better. And I'd be curious, I'd be really interested to hear different people's perspective on it. Is it more valuable just turning pro at age 18? Rory did it. Akshay did it. Tom Kim did it at this point.
I think it depends on the person and where they are when they're 18. I think it's hard to make a catch-all recommendation on that.
Well, I say this because it ties in with Clanton, right? He's coming back. And obviously a big part of going back, he says he wants to win a national championship for Florida State. I got to warn him, the Fighting Illini are standing in their way.
All right, great.
They're going to be back for redemption. But the I think obviously the other big thing is the carrot of the PGA Tour U. And it's what's better? Would you, at this point, he's got 2 top 10s. If he was a pro, he'd be on his way to his card.
Oh, yeah.
With a T second, he'd be able to get unlimited sponsored exemptions. Granted, the season's almost over, but what's better?
He's off to the Barbasol, the top 10 exemption.
Barbie. I was kind of bummed. I was bummed about I love the bread man. I love CT Pan. But I was bummed. I was bummed he got the
Troon, the Open Championship spot.
Least interesting of the 3 in the T2. I think we kind of know what the bread man is in majors at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. A couple odds and ends. Well, one more Davis Thompson quiz. I'm going to ask you. This event was in the Catalan zone. Jim Nantz didn't make it to the Quad Cities, if you can believe it or not. But Catalan and IBF in the tower, I believe. I love IBF. It's not taking a run at IBF here, but he said about Davis Thompson. I'll let you guess what he was referring to. There's another reason why he reminds me of Scottie Scheffler. What do you think specifically he was talking about in regards to David Thompson?
His clothes, his Nike clothes.
It's not bad. It's about as superfluous as that. It's about as superfluous.
He's 6'4". He's tall.
No.
I mean, Davis Thompson is big.
He's a tall drink of water. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, IBF said another reason why he reminds me of Scottie Scheffler when he saw Davis Thompson hugging his wife after the win. Because I can't. Love you, IBF. Because Scottie Scheffler's the only, not his feet movement on the swing. No, Scheffler's the only person who hugs his wife after the win. Davis Thompson modeling himself after Scottie Scheffler. He might be Scottie Scheffler because he hugged his wife. That made me chuckle. I enjoyed that. What else? Oh, Tim Wilkinson also doing the broadcast right from the Rocket Mortgage to PGA Tour live duty. Allegedly. I didn't listen to him, but I was told Tim Wilkinson was doing it. And then the JT note, which we already said. I love Luke Clanton. One more random. I'm all in on Luke Clanton. Can't wait to see him. Is he going to play? We got to do in-out alternate for the Barbie. Are we going to have Luke Clanton just taking Guy Boros and those things like that? Omar Uresti, the woodshed. What's going to be? I need to see what that mix is for the Barbasol next week. What are you going to say?
Clanton's up to 212 in the world.
Okay.
He's got 3 counting events in the last 3 weeks, effectively. 4 weeks. It's 4 weeks. Yeah. He's got 3 counting events. He's up to 212 in the world. Give me just a random no-name tour pro.
God, I can't come up with one.
You can't come up with PJ. You got anyone? Come on, PJ.
Come on, PJ. Jump in. I'm trying to think of I'm trying to
Bo
work too
Hostler.
hard. Bo Hostler. WD.
Oh God, he's going after today.
It's the first guy that came to my head.
Oh, he's 87. He's 87.
He's not having a bad year.
Yeah, he's having a good year. Well, it ended. He's down 8 points.
How about Roberto Diaz?
Bob Diaz?
Yeah.
Is he on
tour? Does that work for you?
Yeah, he's 501. He's 501. Right.
Okay.
He's 300 spots behind Luke Clanton.
I don't know that he's on tour. You were just asking me for
I don't think he's on Corn Ferry.
I didn't know we were limiting it to PGA Tour.
Should have been a tour player. Let's look what Kelly Craft is. Favorite of this podcast. Kelly Craft's 364.
Okay.
Is he even on tour anymore?
Craft?
God, he still is. He's got so many starts.
Yeah.
You know how many starts he has this year?
Kelly Craft?
Yeah.
I'll go 11.
He only gets 6.
Okay.
First start was with Puerto Rico. He's got listen to this Murderers Row starts. Puerto Rico, CJ Cup, Myrtle Beach Classic, Canada, Rocket Mortgage, John Deere. This is Kelly Craft season.
It's high time for Kelly. Yeah. They're
talking
about
3M.
They were talking about Clanton.
Is the 3M's after Troon?
Yes. So they were talking about Clanton just coming out, and he gets Detroit, Deere Run, Barbasol, and 3M. It's God, it's just a poo-poo platter intro to the PG. But it's if you're a college guy, to your point, just wail away. Speed. I don't know if Clanton's the speed demon of the all the others, but
I think he is. He was 6 in strokes gained off the tee this week.
That's the way it goes. It's quite an intro to tour life. It's can I shoot 25 under? What do I just go? Push the pedal down and go. And when you are swinging that speed, you better have a good grip on the club, or if you're swinging any speed, you want to have a good, nice grip. And one way to do that is going to Red Rooster Golf. Here comes the rooster, redroostergolf.com. Use the promo code.
Listen, if it's raining, you know how you keep having a lot of speed on the club? Use the Rain Rooster.
The Rain Rooster. You're a big fan of the Rain Rooster over in Ireland. Yeah, but they've got a million different gloves. They measure it perfectly. You subscribe. Use the code SGS50. You get one. You buy one, you get a second 50% off. I just double checked this because we're bad with our codes. Knocked 50% off. I put it in my cart. I tested it. SGS50. Buy one, you get the second one 50% off. Look, this is the kind of company listeners of this podcast should support. They were fully funded by Kickstarter, like within a day or two back in 2021, I want to say. They're former golfers, golf nuts. They think about the golf
former
club.
Golfers. You're never a former
current golfer.
Still
whatever.
Golfer.
Like tour pros. Yes. Brad, Fritch. Like this has lived their life. These are like they focus on the gloves. It's not just an ancillary part of their company where they make, all sorts of gear and shoes and gizmos and bespoke this, that, and the other. It's glove is their focus. They've got a bunch of different styles, different sizes. They tell you exactly how to measure. If you're not happy, you can return it. Use the promo code SGS50. You get buy one, you get 50% off. That's redroostergolf.com. This is precisely the kind of company you should want to support. Listeners of this podcast should want to support. Hey, can we transition to a Monday?
I wanted to talk about Clanton more.
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
I mean, what a great way to come onto the tours, go beat up on a bunch of the olds and middle of the road guys. God, he just must think they could kick everybody's ass now.
Yeah. That's not the case, though, right? I mean, maybe it is on tour. I don't know. It just varies. It's a good way to blood yourself. Get in, right?
You want one more Deere thing?
Yeah, I got a full Tosti Tale from Deere to read here in a minute. We're talking about Florida State Clanton. I want to get to the Gator. Tosti. What's your Deere thing?
This was just an email. This is emailed in on the contact form. Somebody felt like some shotgun start analysis. Yeah. My girlfriend and I were flipping through a few minutes of the John Deere coverage this weekend, and a few of her unfiltered comments included. I assume I'm just going to make an assumption based on these. This is not a big golf watcher, the girlfriend. Not a huge golf watcher.
Sure.
What is this? I don't recognize any of the names. Is this the D team in reference to the leaderboard, followed by this is the B team commentary crew, huh? Why is this so easy after Davis gets to 2,800?
Look, I think the tour needs variety. It needs this kind of stop in this kind of place the world, in the Central America, or central heart of America, not central, heart of the United States of America. But yeah,
there weren't a lot of fans out there.
Really? Looked like not bad crowd, even on July 4th.
I don't think
isn't the dirty little secret of this event? Don't they give like they're the lawn care provider of the tour, right? Don't they send them all the machinery and then they have a fedora?
They got a big fat deal.
Yeah,
I think if you're a tour player, you get some crazy discount on Deere equipment too.
Yeah. So that's
but you should always buy Toro equipment because it's better and it's red.
Yeah, we're at Toro. You have no comment on JT not playing the ZJ?
What?
I don't want to get you in trouble. Not playing the ZJ charity outing.
I mean, I don't think I need to say anything.
We were accused of being haters and conspiracy theorists.
This was evidently clear last year. There's only one reason you would go to Iowa to play in a Monday outing. If you're Justin Thomas. There's only one reason, and it's not surprising they didn't show up this year.
Completely vindicated.
Right before the Open Championship.
Yep.
Give me a break.
Unbelievable. Let's get to a Tosti Tale.
Hey, if you were going over for the Open, Would you go to Wimbledon? What would you do? Is North Berwick overplayed now? What would you do if you were a big name player?
I worry about that. Like, are you just being the thirst bucket now? This is not a comment on North Berwick or its bona fides.
I love North Berwick.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite courses in the world.
Is it too played out? Thirst bucket of the week, by the way, that Michael Rubin guy, just telling it, makes a bunch of money and tells everyone to come to his house and be my friend. All these famous people. Definite thirst bucket out there. I don't know.
PJ might be at his party out on the Hampton. He's in the Hampton. He's in Long Island.
Not after this. He just got us all uninvited.
I mean, that's a weird deal going on with that guy. What is that all about? Like, come on.
We're never getting on the list after this.
Just, I have money. Please be my friend.
We're screwed.
You're famous. Be my friend. Like, that's a weird thing going on out there. I don't know. I just have questions about him.
It doesn't seem like anything good happens at those Hamptons parties after with the P. Diddy stuff coming out.
I'm not familiar with that. I mean, I know he's in a spot of bother, but I'm not familiar with the specifics of that.
The white party.
I know Justin Timberlake had an issue.
Nothing good's happening out there right now.
Okay, I just think
we might need to shut the Hamptons down.
Make a bunch of money and just like be normal. Don't try to make every famous person in the world your friend. Toasty. Speaking of, he would disapprove of the thirst bucket white party out in the Hamptons.
I wouldn't be surprised if Toasty's at the white party after he's the superstar of the President's Cup team. What's he at President's Cup points?
We need him putting JT 1-on-1. I mean, if JT can make it.
I mean, JT's not going to make the team either. What are we talking about?
He is. You're going to be so worked up
this is insane if he does. Where's Toasty?
He's probably 16th, I'll guess. Right?
No, he's way down. They're 23rd. We need a win. He's got to win.
All right. Toasty from the Quad Cities.
They're going to make some bad decisions. They're going to put so many Canadians on this team.
So this guy, totally.
Pendrath's going to get... There's already 3 of them on the team. There's already 3.
Hadwin's probably going to make it. Pendrath, Connors, they both won.
Pendrath is 13th. So Taylor's 7th, Connors is 8, and Hadwin's 10. God, that's going to be a disaster. 4. Do you think the Canadians are going to even score a point?
Yeah, they'll be all right. I don't know. They'll get redemption. Toasty from the Quad Cities. I've been teasing it now for 25 minutes. Toasty was around being hosted by a friend of mine this week. I got to meet and chat with him at a 4th of July cookout. Now, as far as 4th of July cookouts go, or plans, or fire, that is about as good as it can get for my money.
God, I asked him about his round. Little did Toasty know that this person that he's chatting with at a 4th was just doing some good on the ground reporting.
Yes. I asked him about his round Thursday, and he said it was going great at 5 under through 8, but he was derailed by a spectator who walked in front of him as he was getting ready to tee off on 18. I don't understand how this derails the whole round, but he told me he had to wait, quote, 5 minutes for this guy to get out of the way. Must be is he in a motorized cart that got stuck? What's going on here? And Toasty admitted he never recovered from that and then did -2 on the day. How does that just complete, some fan prancing into your view just derails your entire round?
From what I gather, this is how it goes with Toasty. It's just these little things. He's kind of like Larry David, the little thing just sets him off. He can't get over it.
5 under through 8. Someone walks in front of him. He just can't stop thinking about it the rest of the day. Apparently, Patrick Cantlay's WD before the tournament was not only disappointing to the fans, but also to Toasty, because Cantlay's WD moved Toasty up from the alternates list and put him out first for Wednesday's Pro-Am. My friend was preparing dinner when Toasty came upstairs complaining, upset about how much he dislikes Pro-Ams and being forced to play with hacks when he could be practicing. My friend didn't have the heart to tell Toasty he also plays the Pro-Am every year. He's hosting them after Toasty lays into the Pro-Am. He's like, oh, well, I'm playing in it. When my friend left at 6 a.m. to head to the course for a 7:30 tee time, Tosti and his caddy were still sawing logs. Tosti had a 6:40 tee time. So snoring in bed with the 6:40 tee time when he left at 6. All right. My friend told Tosti that Bryson had stayed with him the year he won the JDC. He told Tosti that Bryson didn't come home till 9:30 every night because he stayed at the range pounding balls till dark. Tosti informed my guy that he would also be coming home late, but he wouldn't be at the range. LOL. He then told my friend, that's why Bryson's a major champion and I'm a hack. So some self-deprecation, he just really, some self-loathing, self-deprecation, but a good insight. I love that. Tosti then also gave me a little insight on the rental car beef. This is great stuff. He mentioned many times how he is appalled by the amount of waste he sees in the United States. I even caught him taking a video of the 4th of July cookout spread to send home to his family saying how much food there was still to eat. It really bothers him. On that note, he was at a rental car company and he noticed a brand new Corvette in the lot. He asked if that car was being used. The person at the desk informed him that it was not, and so Tosti asked if he could just take that one. The employee tried to explain to Tosti that is not how it works. And Tosti could not understand why we would waste that car by just letting it sit in the lot. So he thinks rental car, he's just appalled at the amount of waste going on. A Corvette sitting in the car, a rental lot, 4th of July cookout, extra food. He has been through quite a few caddies this year. And the reason is they all try and talk him out of shots and try to get him to play more conservative. Again, why we love the Toastmaster. So he has settled on a 20-year-old friend of his from Argentina. The caddy is a human This is a great line. The caddy is a human embodiment of an electric push cart. That's a good writing. That's a good line. I followed Tosti all day on Thursday and Friday. I did not see the caddy say a single word. Tosti gets all his own numbers and reads and only asks his caddy to rake bunkers and clean clubs. He was a great guy, and I will continue to be a huge fan of his. Keep up the good work. So that's some good Tosti insight straight from the Quad Cities. More into the mindset, the mens rea of Alejandro Tosti, why he thinks rental cars are wasteful, against early tee times at the Pro-Am, staying out late, allegedly. I think he was just making a joke. So that's a good Tosti tale. I thought that was a good one. Straight from that's the best stuff we're going to get from the Quad Cities.
Tosti's results are ridiculous.
He's all over the place.
I'd love to understand where he's had caddies that are talking about stuff versus his human electric push cart.
The embodiment of a human electric push cart. Last one, they're selling TGL hats in the merch tent now.
I saw that
on tour.
We got a colleague who's a big Atlanta Drive fan. We got to get him one of those hats.
It's startling how many people sent us pictures of those available in the John Deere merch tent. So,
are you going to get a Jupiter Lynx hat? I already got a Ball Frogs hat.
I'm waiting for it. I need someone to send me a Jupiter Lynx hat.
I might have to get another color. The black Ball Frogs hat I got isn't good in the summer.
On the DP
World Tour, what I don't
Tour,
understand.
Yeah.
People that wear all black on hot summer days. What are we doing?
It's stupid. I don't get it. I'm sure there's some theory or some study that's double blind, this, that, or the other bullshit that says that actually it's it reduces heat or reflects heat. There's probably somebody that has some theory that listened to a podcast or some crack
Huberman did something
scientist.
on it.
I don't know. That's what I'm sure that, but yes, people do it. It's silly. Ewan Ferguson wins the DP World Tour, the BMW International Open. I don't have anything else to add about this. It was a light week in pro
Wasn't
golf.
This Bernie Longer's last?
The Swan Song, his last European Tour event. PJ jumped in on Friday with Senior Tour Minute on that one. Senior Tour Minute, that's not a Senior Tour event, alerting us to that. This course is truly appalling in Munich. I mean, there's power lines everywhere. It's just, we had testimony from a high-level pro/AM who's played it, said, I've been there, and it's just awful. A friend of ours from the Emerald Isle, Andy, that we used to hang out with this year. I've been there, and it's just awful. There are high voltage lines, and you can stand under them, and you can literally hear the fizzing and buzzing over you. It's just the worst place I've ever been to a tournament. So that is the BMW International Open, won by Ewan Ferguson. As you hear the buzzing from the power lines, he wins by 2 over David Micheluzzi and Jordan Spieth. I watched a little bit of that, some coffee golf. Kind of just sad. I mean, I'm going to love the Irish Open in September at Royal County Down, but just July, you'd like a little bit of coffee golf or some firm and fast link style golf.
When else are you going to play in Germany, though?
Never? No, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you could play anytime when it's nice out. But Palmer nice Cup, out. US wins the Palmer Cup.
You can play in Germany anytime when it's nice out.
Yeah, I don't.
Thank you for that insight.
Now. You're welcome. You're welcome. Palmer Cup is won by the U.S. First win on international soil since 2018. Everybody keeps saying that. There's been like one in the international soil since it's been in the U.S. since COVID, like 4 out of 5 times. But first win on international soil.
Do you think if Tosti was on tour during COVID, he would racked up like 6 wins based off your Tosti Tale?
Why? What do you mean?
Well, the fan derailed him. He was going to be 5.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
He was, the fan I think he probably gets derailed every round.
Right.
This is what's holding him back.
He's all over the place. Nothing about the Palmer Cup. I love that the Division II girl, Fenley's Mary Kelly Mulcahy. So they have a D2 player on each team. There's 24 kids on each team. Went 4-0. It's like only the 5th American ever to go 4-0. She was the only person to go undefeated in the whole thing. So D2 player. I think you have to have one on each team.
Are D2 sports actually better than D3?
It's a fair question.
Like, I hear about all kinds of people that are going to play D3 hoops or D3 this. You never hear about anybody. Nobody's ever like, I'm going D2.
And the whole NAIA thing, that throws me for a loop. When I get to that point, and it's not D1, and probably even for some D1, I think I'm just going to the best school, right? And I'll have my amateur athletics career continue. But I'll probably, if the D3 school is a better degree, I'm choosing that over the D2. I don't think it's necessarily better, is what I'm saying.
There's
right?
432 D3 schools. 432 D3.
There's a million of them.
293 D2 schools.
Yeah.
And 363 D1 schools.
Okay.
So
are you talking golf, or what are you talking? NCAA, just in general.
Just in general. I don't know any D2 schools. I literally don't know any. I could list off 50 D3 schools.
Yeah, there's about 100 in Ohio that I can just rattle off.
And I could hundreds of D1 schools. I don't know any D2 schools.
Well, Finley, Mary Kelly Mulcahy goes 4-0-0, the only person in the Palmer Cup to go undefeated. Congrats to her. Congrats to the Americans. That's cool. I mean, that's a good deal.
I think we should relegate D2, make it D4.
That's event of the week. Palmer Cup at Lahinch. Bunch of good college players. Gordon Sargent, bunch of the athletes out there at Lahinch playing amateur cup event. Weirdest trophy. That is some weird shit they got. The Arnold Palmer's hands, like a cast mold of his hands. It's so bizarre. Like I know he had a firm handshake.
Trophy.
It's bizarre. It's creepy. Look at it. It's creepy. It's weird. I get it. Arnold Palmer had a firm handshake. Why are we giving these cast mold of his hands to these 18-year-old kids that just
oh my god!
I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm telling you. Look it up. It's bizarre. Congrats to the Americans for winning that.
Who thought this was a bad idea or a good idea?
I don't know. People get too far into the hagiography.
This is so weird.
It's weird. This weird trophy. All right. That does it.
I retract. This might be the weirdest trophy I've ever seen.
for a team amateur competition. It's bizarre. All right. Everyone enjoy your Mondays. You got anything else you want to throw out there?
I got some nuggets.
I thought we were going 30 minutes. Okay, go.
I heard on the telecast, Al Geiberger's 59 was ball in hand. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did. Memphis.
Do you know why?
No. Swamp pass conditions, humidity. Why?
Drought conditions.
What does that mean?
I think the fairways were so burnt out. I don't think they had any grass. It wasn't because of wet. It was because of drought conditions.
That's wild. That's wild. Now we got triple line irrigation everywhere or whatever. So. Okay.
Other note, Ben Griffin. I don't know if were you watching when he got it to 10 under through 16? Became like the subplot. Is he going to shoot 59?
I was watching throughout the day. But
did you see? You didn't see his tee shot on 17.
No.
It was like straight out of the Mito Pereira. I got electrocuted mid swing. He hit it like 70 yards right. It was honestly the worst driver swing I've seen since Mito Pereira.
I like Ben Griffin. Seems like a normal, good chap, but
I think he is a good guy. I think it's also he's got like 17 logos on his. It's all like he's got the Worldwide Technologies logo on the hat. He's got just a bunch of companies that I don't know even exist. It's like the PGA Tour sponsorship machine. It's just they've propped up Ben Griffin, and he's just reaping the rewards of PGA Tour sponsorships.
Okay, what other odds and ends you got?
I don't know. I wanted to ask you about fireworks, if you're in or out on them.
I'm in. I mean, we do it once a year. It's great. You talking about fireworks shows in general? Yeah. I mean, I'm not a dog owner. I don't have a newborn anymore. There's no negligible or negligent, I don't know, negative impact, I should say. I can't find my words here. Are you out on them? It seems like you're trying to
I thought you might just swerve. I didn't know how you felt about it, and I thought we might just get I
like buying fireworks.
Rotisserie
I like lighting them
take.
off. No. You know what I'm out on? I had a lot of exposure to pickleball lately. I love pickleball. I'm out on pickleball players. Like their whole identity being wrapped up in being a pickleball player. It's a parlor game. They got the pickleball bag. They got the it's just a parlor game. You don't have to get all into it, but I'm okay on fireworks.
I saw there's some photographer. I was staying in this rental house, and they had all this fancy photographer stuff, and I looked up the photographer, and he had his photos on pickleball rackets. We might have to get into the pickleball racket game. We might have to put some golf course photos on pickleball rackets. This guy is just merchandising
on the racket.
Yeah, this photographer just merchandises the hell out of. Like I've never seen a photographer merchandise so well. Got me got my juices going.
It's fun.
You know, if you're a pickleballer, let us know if you buy our pickleball rackets.
Yeah, people. Well, not after I just offended them for being just so into pickleball. God. All right.
Did you play tennis growing up? Are you?
Not really. A little bit. I like paddle, like in the winter.
Is it? I assume it's just like if you're good at racket sports, you could pick up pickleball and be good at it right away.
I would guess. Yeah. It's fun. I like it a lot. It's just the people get a little insufferable. Like, probably what they think of us as golfers, you know? So, all right. Everyone enjoy your Monday. Hope you had a good fireworks weekend. We will be back with you on Wednesday, I guess, in-out alternate. We got Scottish Open. We got a Barbasol. rebranded the
Barbie.
shaving cream that costs 30 cents a can that lasts 2.5 years is no longer the title sponsor.
Wait,
of a
Barbie's
random
out?
PG. No, yeah, it's something like ISCO company. It might as well be WWT. We have no idea what the company even is.
We got to get
So, yes.
WWT as sponsor in the pod.
It's still going to be called the Barbasol for us. So we'll have an alternate on Wednesday. Everyone enjoy the start of your week.
Go to the pro shop. Go check out the pro shop. I went by the merch center. Visited our logistics center. It was great. We have so much stuff. So much stuff. We got a bunch of new polos in there. I think the polos are really good.
There's a pour-out polo.
We got lots of hats.
A lot of hats.
Whole bunch of
SGS hats.
You know what I picked up that I never got was the 5th anniversary shirt.
We still have some of those.
Yeah, we have a bunch. We have it because we did a reorder. And we have a bunch.
Those are great. Those are great.
They're so soft. Yeah. Yeah.
And that is like a unique item. Long sleeve.
You know what I wish I had gotten that they were almost out of is the gnome t-shirt. So soft. Do
we have those for sale?
I think we have like one left.
Okay, well let's not promote that then. What else? We got the Ross Cone shirts. We got a bunch of stuff.
We got
bunch of
tons of stuff in there.
All right, proshop.thefriedegg.com. Proceeds benefit us. Benefit Fried Egg Golf.
It'll prohibit us if the more merch we sell in there, the less likely we are to make pickleball rackets.
Okay. All right, everyone enjoy your Mondays. We'll be back with you on Wednesday.